Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to talk about the brain, specifically the main structures in our brain and how they affect the way students learn and behave. We will look at things like the frontal lobe, hippocampus, amygdala, neurons, and neurotransmitters. And at the end, I will share one real life case from Malaysia that's relate with today's topic. So, okay, the first we go to introduce about brain hemispheres. Our brain is divided into two sides. Okay, can you see from the picture? Yeah. Okay, so we have left hemispheres and right hemispheres. They are connected by something. What's the name? Yeah, corpus callosum. So the left side handles language, logic, analysis. So when we are doing mathematics or reading, that's our left brain is working. So right side is more about spatial awareness, music, and emotions. Like when we listen to a music or recognizing someone's face is right brain working. For teaching, this means when students read a story, their left brain process the words, but the right brain help them to imagine the scene and understand the feelings. So, as an educator, if we need to create a good lesson, we should actually engage for both sides. Okay? Next, frontal lobe. Okay, this is the part at the front just behind your forehead. Its job is decision making, planning, and controlling our impulse. So when a student decides, today which homework I need to do first, mathematics or science, then this is our frontal lobes working. So, or they try not to chit chat. Cannot chit chat inside the classroom. Cannot chit chat inside the classroom during the class. You cannot chit chat. So that's also controlled by frontal lobe. But here's the thing: this part of the brain is still developing during their teenage years. So that's why sometimes students do things without thinking. It is not because they are naughty. It is literally because their brain hasn't fully matured yet. So as teachers, we need to guide them not to punish them. Okay, we need to know more about they are not matured yet. Okay, next let's talk about the hippocampus. It is a small structure deep inside our brain. Okay, see the shape like a seahorse. Its main job to take short-term memories and turn them into long-term memory. And it also help us to remember okay which direction go for. Okay, where is this restaurant? Okay, turn left or turn right. Then we need to use hippocampus. So in the classroom, this is the part that help the student remember what they have learned today. If they study something today, this hippocampus help to store it so they can still remember next lesson. This is also why cramming doesn't work. If you study last minute, you cram all your knowledge last minute. The hippocampus doesn't have time to process everything properly. Students need repetition and they need time to digest. That's why the memory need time, need repetition. Okay, and it's controlled by hippocampus. Okay, next is the amygdala. Amygdala, this one is also deep inside our brain. Right next to the hippocampus, it's shaped like an almond. Okay, sometimes we will confuse the hippocampus and amygdala, but remember, hippocampus seahorse shape and amygdala almond shape. So the amygdala is like our brain alarm system. It's handle emotions especially fear, anxiety, excitement. It's also help us remember things like make us feel strongly, whether good or bad lah. In class, when students feel stressed, like before an exam, the amygdala can get overactive. So that's why some students will go blanks during their tests. The emotion just hijacks their thinking. Don't let them think. There's also research by Sports and his colleagues. It shows that if students experience chronic stress like being bullied, the amygdala might actually become less responsive. That's called emotional numbing. So creating a safe and supportive classroom isn't just about being nice. We as an educator, we help our student to uh, we help our students' brain to work properly. Mm. Okay. Now let's go to the most basic level, neurons and neurotransmitters. Okay, neurons are like tiny messenger in the brain. Each one has a cell body. Can you see the cell body? Dendrites like fingers to receive the message, and an axon to send the message to other neurons. When a message reach the end, it releases the chemicals called neurotransmitters. Oh, sorry, neurotransmitters. Okay, my slide got a big problem. Okay, please. Okay, this one. Yeah. So next, the three important parts. Okay, three important parts have what? Dopamine, acetylcholine, and serotonin. Okay, dopamine is about motivation and rewards. When you praise a student, dopamine help them to feel good and want to keep learning. Acetylcholine help with our memory, and the serotonin is affect our mood and sleep. So basically everything we learn and do happens, right? Because these tiny cells are talking to each other. We can see from this picture. Okay? Yeah, this is what happened. Okay, now I want to share a real example that happened in Malaysia. This case, this case really shocked all of us. In October 2025, a 14-year-old student in Bandar Utama was charged with the murder of a 16-year-old schoolmate. It was a shocking case, and it's make a lot of us ask, how could something like this happen? So let's look about the brain structure involved. First, the frontal lobe. Yeah, okay, the frontal lobe. So at 14, this student frontal lobe was still developing. So his ability to make good decision and control his impulse might not be fully matured yet. Yeah. Second, the amygdala. If he had experienced chronic stress or bullying, yeah, and we don't know for sure, his amygdala could have been affected. Research shows that the repeated stress can lead to emotional numbing, okay, where the brain become less responsive to emotions. Third, the hippocampus, the seahorse shape. Yeah, trauma can affect the hippocampus, which impacts memory and learning. So after the incident, the court ordered psychiatric evaluation. The student was found fit to stand trial, and he continued to receive monthly psychiatric treatment while in detention. This case also is a reminder for most of the school, and the school need to do more than just discipline. We need to understand what's going on in the student brain, especially when they are going through stress or trauma. Okay. Yeah, early intervention. Okay, we actually can make a difference. Yeah. So let's quickly we have a recap. Each part of the brain plays a role in how students learn and behave, right? So the frontal lobe helps with decision making, guide our student, but not to punish. So the hippocampus handles memory, design the deep learning. Okay, we need to give our student time and repetition. The amygdala process our emotion. A safe classroom helps the students stay calm and focus. Neurons and transmitter, the neurotransmitter are the foundation of everything. Okay, is focused on communication, support with feedback. Okay, like motivation, memory, mood. Okay, so at the end of the day, understanding the brain help us move from asking what's wrong with this student to ask what's happening in this student's brain and what can we help the student, how can we support them. That's the kind of teaching that really makes a difference. Okay, that's all for my slide and thank you.